The potential for esports is limitless. Esports can become a force on the television scene where people are all tuning across the world watching the World Championships. Although League of Legends is streamed online on Twitch, there really isn't any TV rights to broadcast those games. And so I could see in 5 years potentially Riot or League of Legends attaining television rights to be streamed by DirecTV, Comcast, pay-per-view, anything.
The skill set you need to be successful in esports, it is not set in stone yet. And I think a lot of different people that enjoy esports, I've known several of them that have very different backgrounds. Like I know a few people that had a marine biology background and now they're doing esports. I think that honestly, if you want to do esports, going to college is a very good thing, but you should do something you're passionate about still. I don't think there's a hard set of skills that you need to be successful in esports.
I think the best advice for anyone trying to be successful in like a new age kind of career, actually any career, is just be ready to like put in the hard work. And if you're not willing to put in 60-hour work weeks and like canceling fun trips and dates and whatnot, then maybe this isn't the right career for you. Like there's a lot of sacrifice and a lot of time that goes into your craft. And the old saying, practice makes perfect, is really true. Like as much as I'm sure we all hate it, like hearing it growing up, but like the more you do something, the better you get at it.
One of the things I'm most excited about for esports in the future is opportunities for a lot more people that are not already in the industry and working in it to get the opportunity to work inside of it. Many companies, from your brands that are looking to sponsor, your investors looking to get in, your colleges that are looking to hire coaches, teams themselves looking to bring on support staff. There's so many roles and opportunities for younger kids that are passionate about gaming to find a role within the ecosystem. I think the industry is doing a great job. It's got a lot of catching up to do. Recently, in the past 1 to 2 years, the professional side of things has really grown rapidly, and we're seeing a lot of colleges, as you're saying, picking up scholarships. I think it's a good transition, but there's a lot more infrastructure required across the entire ecosystem, especially in North America. Some colleges are offering it, some aren't, and I think we have to wait a couple of years for that to shake out and have a more comprehensive collegiate scene before I would say, yeah, let's go full on into League of Legends or like professional gaming.
I think the biggest thing North America can do to improve the play and the level of quality of the players in the region is improving the infrastructure first and foremost and making it a more widespread thing, which is something that the region has already begun doing, but then really using that to cultivate players, finding good players that are dedicated to the game and that are dedicated to mastering the craft, and then sticking with them and cultivating them over time.
One of the things that I would like to see universities and other companies that want to support collegiate esports do, try and give more mentorship towards people. Right now it's a path where you're kind of forging your own way, and because of that it can be kind of confusing. You don't really know what to do or where to go, so having somebody that like you can talk to and bounce ideas off of would be very valuable.
I do have a lot of close friends in the scene who are pretty high up in Twitch, maybe CEOs of other teams, and they're really friendly. They want to give life advice to players just because they're more experienced, and players, most players went pro after high school, so they actually don't know much about life after school or beyond. So all those guys, they're really wonderful and really want to help people.
I think one of the best things a school can do for anyone that's aspiring to be a pro player in the college scene is have talks and have events where you get to meet actual pro players currently in the scene. That way, because they obviously know the most about how to get into the scene and what's the best way to approach that idea. As well as you also have the side benefit of you get these kids to know if they really want to be a pro, because a lot of them have this fantasy idea of what being a pro player is like. So having these kind of events where you have actual current pro players hold a discussion or hold a talk about what it's like in the day-to-day grind there, I think it'd be really, really helpful for students.
I see esports in the next 5 years probably being dominated by the publishers. A really interesting thing with gaming specifically is that the publishers own the IP, and you're really going to have to buddy up with all the publishers because you're going to get nothing done unless you have a really strong relationship with them. And I see, for example, Activision Blizzard creating their own in-house ecosystem and owning the broadcast rights, running the league themselves, owning the game. So I think them bringing it and consolidating all within one roof is what we're going to see in the next coming years. The industry has a lot more eyeballs and focus on it right now. That can be a good thing and a bad thing. Brands can come into the space, or traditional sports expertise can come into the space and try and replicate or emulate traditional sports. And I honestly don't think that's the answer. I think we can use the money to help create more infrastructure and support more broadly across the entire ecosystem. Me as an amateur player that's wanting to go pro, there should be a ladder to get there and not this sudden jump, which is the case right now. And I think, yeah, what I would like to see is that infrastructure getting more and more support over the coming years, and that is what's been happening with Riot Games, for example, introducing more infrastructure and support.
I've been thinking a little bit about our future. What happens now? I mean, what happens now? Right now, I feel like I have my whole life ahead of me, that I have so many different opportunities I can go down. I can go and try and get into voice work or do more voice work outside of my own YouTube videos. I can go and try and write a book. I can try and get more into the directing side of YouTube and film and video making. I can go and try and get more into the video game industry in a more official capacity. I can go and try and do so many different things that I want to set my sights on. But at the same time, I can literally just end up a criminal. Like, that is a really scary thing to think about.